New Zealand Dairy Farmer is proudly brought to you by Hanson Products, providing Kiwi farmers with water system solutions for over 50 years. This week we're talking to Katherine Tucker, a young female farmer in Tapora, north of Auckland on the Kaipara Harbour. This unique location provides challenges both social and environmental. Being a mainland island, Tapora is subject to vastly changeable weather conditions, fluctuating between extreme winds and heavy rain to long, hot, dry summers.
Well, the heads, the Part2 and South Head actually block a wee bit. It's a bit funny, it depends on the time of the year. We do get a bit of southerly wind and a good easterly sometimes. The easterlies are the ones that do the damage. We lost a couple of roofs with it. But yeah, it's a bit microclimate, so it's a bit hit and miss as to what we get. It tends to go around us.
And what's your average rainfall here?
It's about 1200 mil a year, but it's the distribution that's the problem. So summer like this we haven't had rain, decent rain for about 2 months now, but yeah, go away, out.
You'd get good rain in the autumn and spring usually, would you?
Most of our rain is winter, spring. Late autumn it starts to come in again, so May we usually starts to rain again, but yeah, summer's very dry, and depending on the year, winter can be very wet.
And it's not just environmental challenges facing this young farmer in Tapora, there are social challenges too.
I think location has its challenges in isolation. Being on a mainland island, the social factor's a bit more difficult. It's a bit more of an effort to go to town, so to speak. But I've lived here all my life, so I'm kind of used to it. It doesn't bother me anymore. You just organise yourself around it.
And tell me about your involvement with young farmers. When did you first join up with the local Tapora club is there?
No, there's no local Tapora. The closest club to me is we meet in Kaiwaka. I first joined up in about 2008, and the first thing I did was a potluck tea, and the second thing I did was the Young Farmer Contest. So I kind of went in boots and all and got stuck in the deep end, but yeah, the first contest I didn't realise it was the contest, it was a have a go day, and so I had a go.
Having a go led Katherine to become one of only 3 women to compete in the grand final of the Young Farmer of the Year competition. The experience, despite its challenges, left her keen for more.
Were there any areas where you think that as the sole female contestant you were perhaps on the back foot a bit compared with the guys, or everything was equal?
That's part of the contest. It's not gender specific, so if you want to compete, it doesn't matter who you are, you compete. And insofar as doing the tasks in the contest, it's a matter of technique rather than brute strength. The contest is designed that anyone should be able to do it if you've got relative fitness. So yeah, I try to learn the technique to make life a bit easier for me, because it's not so much being a woman, it's vertically challenged for me. I find that a bit more of a disadvantage, but yeah, I've never worried about being a girl or anything. It's just, nothing's new to me.
Did you do a lot of training for the final when you came through at local, regional and then national level?
Well, technically I've been training since I first did the first one, so 5 years if you want to look at it that way. For this particular one, I decided that I'd love to get through the grand final basically a year before, when I came second in the regional. I thought, okay, I can do this, we'll give it a good crack next year. So, and when I came second I was happy, because I didn't think I was ready to go to grand final, so I made that effort in that next year to compete to win, so I achieved my goal. And winning at the grand final would have been nice, but I was ultimately there for the experience and just to see what I could do, and yeah.
Along with Katherine's practical experience, both on the farm and in the Young Farmer competition, she's looking at taking a more administrative role within the organisation.
This year, when we have our regional AGM, I'm looking to get into the regional chair, so I didn't want to do 2 jobs at once, it's just a bit much. And so I'm currently vice chair of the region though, of the Northern region, and I'm also the practical manager for this year's grand final being held in Auckland for the contest, so yeah.
And how far does the northern region of Young Farmers extend? Is that like literally right up to Cape Reinga?
Yeah, northern region is Cape Reinga to Auckland.
So that's a pretty large area.
It's a huge area. When I first joined about 5 or 6 years ago, it was not very many, it had died right off. It used to be very strong, there used to be a lot more clubs, but yeah, we're bringing it back.
And what's the strategy there? Trying to make activities that are more interesting to young people on farms, that they will want to get involved in, that they can take the time to put aside off the farm to be doing?
Well, the perception is you have to be a farmer to be in Young Farmers, but you don't. It's just a social club. So you could be a receptionist in a lawyer's office for all we care. It's just a fun social club that gets out and does stuff, but we are rural based, so a lot of the stuff we do might be possum shooting or potluck teas at somebody's house and that type of thing, but we do like to do the opposite and go to town, so we'll go 10-pin bowling, or we'll go, we went ice skating a couple of times down in Auckland, and we try to mix it up. It's just whatever we want to do when we want to do it. The hard part with getting members is because we are so busy on the farm and it's long days and that, it's getting people motivated to go to places and get off their butt and have some fun. Yeah, but it's coming, it's coming.
After the break, we find out Katherine's plans for the future.
We're looking at intensifying what we've got, keeping the young stock at home rather than run-offs, that type of thing. So you're still utilising the land but getting more out of the cows.
And we talk to Sarah Spate, CEO of the Dairy Women's Network.
It's a really good opportunity for the whole industry to stop and say, hey, what is it we really want for the industry over the next 10 years, and how are we going to address that collectively?
That's after the break on New Zealand Dairy Farmer, proudly brought to you by Hanson Products, providing Kiwi farmers with water system solutions for over 50 years.